I'm live at the roller skating rink. There's a lot of music. You probably can't hear me, but thank you. You know the deal. Like and share. This is Leon. I am the transcendent beard. Enjoying a little Saturday afternoon skating. Who's that? Tina? Sometimes the signal gets messy in here, but I'm just gonna play with it for a while. This is not my music. I can't listen to my headphones while I'm doing this, but I usually listen to like 70s and 80s disco. All that good old school roller skating music. Anyway, last week I was here trying to test my heart and see if I was going to survive. But I lived. But this week I feel so much better. Woo! Kids are doing some bumper cars over here. Hold on. Here's our artist friend. Bumper cars. I can't try the bumper cars. I'm too old for that. Hey, Jeffrey. So, today I put up another post about my well. The well is completely dry. The water pipe is like a half an inch in the air. And I went inside the well. Hey, Tina, can you hear me? How well can you hear me? Let me know. Hello, Jeffrey. Can you hear me? Hold on a second. I can put this microphone like here, closer to my mouth. There, can you guys hear me? Or is it just too much music? You can hear, okay, good. So today, I was at the center. The property is going to be the center. And I decided to go in the well, and I went in there and I pulled out some chunks of wood and stuff and cleaned everything out of the bottom of it. But basically we have no water right now to the pump, so I made several trips to the local spring and hauled back water and filled up the holding tank on the RV so we can use that still for like dishes and a few showers. We're going to be a little smelly because we're going to have to shower a little less often. But it was cool. I got inside the well, cleaned it all out, and now we're just going to wait for the weather to break. Maybe we get enough rain and start filling up again. But still working on getting the electricity going, and that's the thing. Once I have electricity, I suppose then I can just raise enough money to drill a well. And once the electricity in the well I have, then I have more time because, as far as like the sanitary, sewage needs, we're using temporary commodes and we're having to dispose of it. So, but with full power, I can make it through the winter without my camper freezing. I take a little extra precautions. I put a blue foam skirting all the way around it. And then I put a little tiny electric heater underneath. And that's enough to stop anything from freezing. It has a full LP gas furnace that works it works quite well. But if you have to heat it like, a lot all night, it does use up a 20-pound can pretty fast, but, or is that 25-pound? So, now that I'm not dying anymore, oh my God, that was terrible. And it's funny, I talked to other people who took the turmeric supplement, and they said, oh yeah, if I take too much of it, sometimes I get a little funny. He described it as a butterfly feeling in his chest. Yeah, this was like a angry butterfly. So it's amazing. This is like, this morning at like 6 a.m. would be 24 hours since I took it. So let's call it 36 hours. Wow. Like back to normal. So testing my strength and roller skating worked out pretty good last week, because I guess it kind of proved to me that it wasn't actually a cardiac issue, but it's the first time that I've taken a natural supplement and then not had a bad result, But it's my own fault, because I was so wrapped up in all the positive things they say about it. The full body inflammation, because I have a little bit of arthritis coming on, and I have, some pain in the joints, and I know it's due to inflammation. So I can't use that method. I have to find some other thing to help support my body in that way. But my doctor, he says I had to stop smoking weed. He says, you're doing all these things for your health, but you're still messing up your lungs. So I just ran out of concentrate, so I'm saying to myself, I guess I'm going to take a break for a while or find some other method, because cannot, can't keep doing it. Can't use my lugs as a way to get things inside my body anymore. Gonna have to start consuming them in other ways, or just stop completely. And it's not just a physical thing about it, because right now in my life I'm dedicating like all my resources to building the center, and basically it starts to make me feel guilty, when I go out and spend a couple $100 on THC supplements. I have to, I have a problem, right? My body doesn't make its own THC, so I have to take supplements. Anyway, I've been hearing that all over. It's kind of stupid. So, I don't know if anybody really looked at my voice acting duet, but I went to this guy's site, and he has a bunch of those voice acting duets that he's written. But I need to get a better microphone, and I want to start doing those. It's called a voice acting duets. I can't remember the guy's name. I should remember so I could post it there. In fact, I might have. Oh, if you see the other video that's in my collection, if you go to that guy's page, his profile, he has a whole bunch of those videos. It's wild. So I'd like to get into that. I've always thought about voice acting too. My oldest son actually does some work in voice acting. I've asked him several times if he could help me, try to get going, but, we don't even talk on birthdays and Father's Day and all that shit, so whatever. Anyway, I'm still trying to figure that out, because I have this crazy voice, and since I was a kid, I was always making funny voices and sounds, and, sound effects for everything that you do. Whatever. I just made it all up, And I was a very imaginative kid with, trying to fill my mind with something besides what was actually going on around me. Well, I used to look in the mirror and make faces, and I had the very special talent of not being able to be embarrassed. So I'm able to do stuff in front of people that I now have any fear that I'll look like a fool. Figure if I start out there, it takes the pressure off, you know? So I think that I have to remember, like, I have had so much fun at different times in life. And then it's easy to sometimes think that not much of it's good to remember. Well, a lot of it I don't actually remember, so I'm sure there's lots of people out there that feel like I'm full of all kinds of weird stuff from my traumatic childhood, but I think that my Kundalini really, the practice cleansed me, and I dug deep and came out with anger and sadness and joy and pain and anger, and things welled up out of me. Man, it was wild. It was wild. So I think those things are kind of dealt with, but I still don't have a lot of the memories. And I'm not really that interested in it. You know what I mean? You look in the rearview mirror every once in a while, but you better be focusing on the windshield, you know? I mean, you know, it's only practical, right? So now I have this challenge before me. You know? It's the funniest thing too, because it seems so cliche to think about the concept of having a mission, you know? But until it happens to you, I guess, you don't understand what it feels like that every day, this is what I want to do. This is all I want to do. I need to find more ways to do things and just to serve and to love and to help. And, you know, this center is going to be a hub for the community. And I just keep expanding and thinking about all the different things, like for instance, I want to be like a reference hub. You know, if whatever you're trying to find, whether it be you're trying to hook up with a contractor, or if you're trying to get some talk to an alternative medicine doctor, or find a paper boy or a food pantry. You know, I want to be like a touchstone for the community. That after a while, I want to be the kind of place where people are going, oh, we need to figure out a solution for this problem. Hey, we need to go over and talk to Har. He's there, you know, that's my spiritual name. And I'm switching over. Har, H-A-R. The whole first name is Harprem. H-A-R-P-R-E-M. Harprem. But it sounds kind of weird. I like Har. So, I am Har. I am the lion who walks through the world in dignity with God's love. Harprem Devta Singh. The more I say it, the more people hear it, the more I write it, the more powerful it becomes, and the more I embody the principles and the practices of that name. And that's a lot to live up to. You can take it as Harprem, or you can look at the two individual words, Har and Prem, which means God and love. And Harprem is the love of God. And Devta is another word for God and the love of God. It's like, I am the lion who walks through the world in God's grace. So, I took the name a long time ago, but I never lived by it. And now I want that. It is my name. It is who I am. I am not the person that I was. I have been changed and altered through my DNA. I have become a different person. And the name that was given to me by my parents, God rest their souls, doesn't really seem applicable at this point, because I don't know who that person is anymore. Woo! And it seems weird, and it kind of feels weird, you know, at times, but at first I just blew the whole thing off, and I just put that little card they gave me, you know, in my paper somewhere, and thought, oh, I'll think about this again someday. But I never did until now. So in the last 6 months, it's really been, it's like, I've been reminded. I was given this name for a reason. And this name is a name of power and strength and discipline direction. And since just like Sadhguru says, every heartbeat is one heartbeat closer to the grave. And I'm not measuring my life by time anymore. I don't have time. Well, I do measure by time, but I mean, I don't have the time to waste on things that aren't bringing me joy. Things that aren't going to bring joy and love and something positive into the world. So, as we think about it, we get up every day and we think that we're immortal. We forget about the fact that we are here but for a fleeting moment. Because if we remembered that, we would all act differently. If you thought every morning when you got up, wow, life is so short and I have so many wonderful things that I'd like to do, you would have no time to spend arguing with angry people. You would have no time to spend getting angry at other people. You would have no time to spend with anything that doesn't serve the joy, the love. You will not do it. But when you forget that you're mortal, and when you forget that your time is very short, then we get complacent. And we get all these, oh, tomorrow. Yeah, I have time for that. Well, I know I shouldn't eat this, but I'll get in better shape. Oh, I shouldn't have got angry like that. I should apologize. Next time I'll do better. No. I need to measure everything. Every single thing for me is measured by that. What is it going to positively, what's the takeaway? I had somebody today going off on me, not off on me, but very adamantly that talking about the vaccines, because I took the mRNA vaccine, and he insists that now my DNA of my whole body has been altered permanently, and now the remnants of this vaccine are found in the nucleus of my liver cells, and all this stuff. Now, I'm not arguing any of the points. It could all be true. I don't care. I'm part of the great experiment. I'm doing it for you, I guess. If I die of liver cancer, because then people will learn that, that mRNA wasn't too good. But the other side of it is, I said to him, trying to convince me of this, and you want me to understand that now I've completely fucked myself up. I've allowed the government to modify my DNA. I said to him, what's the takeaway on this? I just want to know from you, what good are you going to do somebody like me, for instance, if you convince me that I have now fucked myself up and that I have permanently fucked up my DNA and I'm probably either going to die from cancer or another disease is going to come along and my body's not going to be able to fight it because of this RNA interference. I said, what's the takeaway? What would it do? Let's say I'm convinced completely, I believe it 100%. What did that bring to my life? Did it bring me any happiness, any comfort, any joy, any love, any compassion, understanding, forgiveness? No. Even if it's 100% true, you're forcing other people to know that they've done something that they can never do anything about. It's already over and done. That does not serve. Here's my saying. I'm going to start saying, humans being. Not human beings. It's not a misspoken. Humans, plural, being. I want to help humans being in any possible positive way, as long as they're being positive and forward moving and, compassionate, loving, kind, caring, then I want to be part of that. So, even if I know, and I used to be the king of having to prove people wrong, I get hung up on facts and truth. And I still believe 100% always in the truth. But now I've come to a point in life where if I'm talking with people and I know that this person is really incorrect and I should probably say something, unless there's something positive in it, I keep my mouth shut. I don't need to convince anybody of anything anymore. And oftentimes, if I try to share this positive stuff with people and people don't want to hear it, they tell me I'm wrong, I just stop. 20 years ago, I would have racked my brain trying to find a way to convince them that I was correct. But now I know it doesn't matter, because what I really need to be doing is servicing that joy and bringing out that love and compassion and understanding and the feeling of belonging and wholeness and all these positive things that will uplift people, because there isn't any criticism that ever does any good. And you really have to see this. Tigers 93. They did some experiments, and the one I like to use was on a Netflix documentary. And part of the challenges was it's called 100 Humans. 100 Humans on Netflix. And one of the challenges, they had to teach these guys how to spin plates, balance them on a stick, like you see in a circus. But they set it up. The teen says to the guy, the teacher though, he says, but when you teach this first group, no matter how good they do, you do nothing but criticize them. You criticize them and tell them that this was wrong and that was wrong, no matter how good they are. Okay, the second group, he was given the reverse instructions. He said, no matter how badly the people do, you give them nothing but positive praise. Now, both of these two groups, right after they had this class with the expert, were given a period of time to practice. Then they were going to come back to the expert in front of everybody and show them how they had improved and had learned so much. And sure enough, the group that had been criticized, even though they were giving ample time to practice, they all got worse and none of them were able to really master the skill. But they came to the second group. The second group, who actually, many of them did not do as well as the first group, but they were given nothing but good praise and told about, how they were really getting it. I can see that you have this talent. It's going to come forward out, And they were given time to practice. When they came back, all the people in that group were very much improved. Very much improved. So it was just a proof that the human psyche doesn't benefit from being attacked in negative ways. It just doesn't. So that if your real intention in life or in a managerial situation is to really, get people into line and have them feeling good and positive and make things move forward, you have to compliment them all the time. No criticism. And you will find that people will strive leaps and bounds to live up to your expectation of how good they are. And they will. I know it worked for me too. Because I used to think such a piece of crap that I was. And I thought, and then people would say to me, you're such a good person, Leon. You're a member of our community. The kids look up to you. And it was something I just couldn't reconcile with. I'm thinking to myself, if you really knew me, if you really knew who I was and the things that I've done, you might not feel that way. But they just kept saying it. And then I just had to accept it. That I have become a good person. And that I am worthwhile. I am a valuable member of my community. I am a powerful member of any team trying to do anything. And I am a force to be reckoned with. And I am the power of the universe. And so long as I align myself with that, as long as I truly remember that life is fleeting and that my time here is a brief stay, and in fact, every one of my heartbeats brings me a lot closer to my grave than probably a lot of you out there right now. And I want to fit as much love and service into each one, in between each one of those heartbeats. And I don't have any other purpose in this world Because the truth is, whether people like to hear it or not, the only thing in life that's worth doing is to love and serve. And you can love and serve yourself as well as others. You deserve love and service as well. And you deserve to be accepted and looked up to and viewed as a positive part of your community. You deserve to be able to have a new life and move forward rather than being anchored to all the negative that had happened to you or that you yourself may have done. Until we can break those chains, and those chains are the most powerful. You know the story of elephants, how they would train these elephants since they were little baby elephants, put heavy steel chain on their ankles. And at first, they would fight that, clang, clang, and they would pull it. Then after a while, they just gave in to the chain, no longer. And then, so that it was easier for the circus workers and stuff, they made straw chains, okay? Big loops of looked like chain made out of straw because they were so light. And they could tie these elephants, and they probably still do it today. They could tie this powerful creature up with a straw chain, and they couldn't leave. They stood there. They would walk to the end of that, and they feel a little tug at the ankle, and they stop right there. These are creatures that can push down a 100-foot high oak tree. They can shove an average house building, push it over with their head. But a straw chain keeps them bound. And that straw chain represents the straw chains that we make for ourselves. Because there may have been a time in your life when you wore real chains, when the world had you chained, and you railed and you fought against those chains. And then you realized there was never going to be any escape. And that's when you put on your own straw chains that you created for yourself, based on community, based on the opinions of others, based on traumatic experiences. And you know what? When you get to the end of that straw chain and you feel the little tug on your ankle, you just have to remember and have the realization that you are the most powerful creature in the universe, and that there is nothing that can hold you back but you. So break those chains. Stop making straw chains. Stop reliving the guilt. Stop being the victim. Take back your power. Remember who you are. Remember what you are. Remember why you came here. We've done this before. We are all here for a reason. We all came here for a reason. And each one of us, I think, the task that we have, along with loving and serving, or actually in the process of loving and serving, we find our individual talents, the specific things that we have to offer that are unlike most people in the world. We all have our individual expertise, so to speak, something that's beyond the concept of just education or experience. You know, you can take time and educate people and they can learn a lot of things, but some have predisposed talents in one direction or another. You know, you could take a man all day and try to teach him how to paint a house, and he may not ever be a good painter, but he might be good at something else. In fact, it's quite certain they'll be good at something else. Oh, down he goes again. Man, you're working hard at that. You're working hard at that. I fell once today. First thing. I just had to get it out of the way. Came right in, I was doing a reverse and just went wham. Backwards too, snapped my headphones right off. I was like, golly. Oops, going backwards, whoa. What happened? Oh, still there? Thought I lost you for a second. Ready? We reverse it again. We go zoom, and go back this way. Woo. Yeah. Funny thing is, when I was a kid, I couldn't skate for shit. I mean, I could just go around and I think I was so terrified of looking foolish to the girls because I was just girl crazy, sex crazy little hormone monster. But I wouldn't skate. I wouldn't really learn to do it because I couldn't take a chance of looking foolish. So if I'd go out and I'd skate close to the sides for a while, you know, and then I'd go and play video games and stuff where I could shine. And so I didn't know how to skate. I did some ice skating. Many years went by. Many beers went by. Many beers went by. And I was, you know, getting my life together. I had become a member of this small church in Troy, New York. Prince of Peace Lutheran. Pastor Shu. A big fat dude. Oh, he was happy. He loved eating. Anyway, I ended up, the sexton for the church quit, and we had a daycare center. So the church needed to be cleaned at least once a week, and the daycare center had to be cleaned every day. So I volunteered, of course. So after my work during the day, I would go. And then I was jobbing it. I was just being a renegade contractor. Go at night and clean the daycare center. Well, this guy shows up one night, knocks on the door, and it was wintertime. It was pretty cold out. He's got big, frizzy, curly hair, headphones on, got a bicycle with stuff strapped all on it. He's in like shorts and sneakers in the freezing winter. And he says, "Hey, I'd really like to do something to help this church." So at the time, I was pretty deep in the church, you know, and I saw that shit as a miracle. And this guy, Jimmy Trainowski is his name. So I say, absolutely, come on in. I could use some help. So he comes in and he goes, "Oh man, I'm really kind of hot-blooded." He goes, "You mind if I take some stuff off? It's hot in here." I'm like, "No problem, it's just me and you." Next thing I know, this dude is in his boxer shorts and his sneakers, socks. He took his shoes off, and he's got the dust mop, and he's running back and forth across the room, sweeping all the floor back. I told him what we needed to do. I'm like, "Okay, whatever you need." He's like, "I'm just so hot-blooded. So the long story short is this guy Jimmy started coming around and helping me at the church a lot, and we hung out together. We smoked the bowl in the church basement, and he puts the bowl back with his stuff in his Bible. He says, "I keep my weed with my Bible. Jesus doesn't mind." So turns out he's a crazy bicyclist, but he's also a crazy skater. So he's like, "Oh, we should take the kids to go to this big arena, Guptill's Arena. It's a huge place. It's great. We'll go on family night." So I started going with him. And me and Jimmy Trainowski, who he used to say he likes to have a little fun, which means he likes to drink a little alcohol. And he'd always be carrying around this plastic coffee cup, big old Dunkin' Donuts coffee cup with a handle on it, but it was full of beer. So Jimmy takes me to there, and he just gets me motivated, starts teaching me. I could not really skate backwards at that point in time. He's screaming around the floor backwards, jumping over kids when they jump in front of him. I'm like, "I want to know this. I want to do this." And so he, like a kid, helped me He pushed me backwards, held my hands, pushed me backwards, kept telling me the technique, showing me how to make the turn, how to be going forward like this. And then he showed me how to just scoop my heels, boom, and now I'm going backwards. And you know, and then you can't really see well going backwards, but you just get used to it. This guy, you know, sinners that are saints. I think about the story of Jesus and these derelicts that he picked up along the way. And boy, I picked a lot of them up myself. And what a great human being, loving, kind, compassionate, but not fucking stay sober. Ended up going to prison for having too many DWIs. Can't even imagine what prison was like for him. Certainly ain't no fucking roller skating there, I'll tell you that. Anyway, oh, I unplugged this thing. Can you hear me? You probably can't even hear me anymore. Shit. Can you hear me? That's weird. I unplugged it probably. I'm going to plug it back in and see if the microphone works better. Oh. Now I've been putting... Oh. You're trying to get me. No. That was trying to wipe me right out. Did you see that? Well, oh, looks like just my sister. Well, I love you. You're sticking in with me. Anyway, I plugged the microphone in. Maybe that sounds better. Got no idea. Wow, it's amazing that I kept the signal this whole time, and too bad more people weren't interested in looking at what I'm doing. 8:30 on Saturday night, I guess. I didn't check with the almighty TikTok to see if that was a good time. But here I am doing what I'm doing. 6:30 to 8:30, 2 hours of skating. I think that's good for tonight. You want to try that again? You got to dance with me some first, though. All right, so this is bizarre. There's different types of carpet here. You can't even see the difference, but boy, when you're rolling on it, you cross over to this one, and this one's so much faster. And then this one right here is really slow for like walking over here to get snacks. This stuff will wipe you out. Hello, Sandra. Oh, how do you read those things? I'm going to say Sandra. Hi, Sandra. You have a letter for your name. Are you a real person? Let me see. Oh, you have 0 likes. So what are you, a bot, or you're just a person dropping in to check stuff out? That's pretty bizarre. Why are you interested in my feed? What are you, a moderator? Oh, another person. No change, huh? So the microphone note, I thought that would work better. Somebody else is visiting. It's Fairy Diddle. Hey, Fairy Diddle. 339 followers. What's up? Did you follow me? Follow me, I'll follow you back. Well, I just hit that slippery carpet again. Woohoo! Wow, as soon as I stop skating, I start sweating. I still have my skates on, so I'm going back on the floor for a little bit. Stay with us. Oh, sorry. All right, now I'm going back on the floor. This skating rink seems to be more oriented around these kids' birthday parties. I don't find a real community of serious skaters that are here on a regular basis. It's really funny. They don't do the Macarena. They don't do the limbo. They don't do the cool skating, old skating songs and stuff. Each roller skating rink that I go to is so different. So you see now, because they've been in between parties, they're probably doing laser tag or something. Everyone just leaves the floor. There's no one skating. So, hello. Yeah, so you're just tuning in, I've been roller skating and talking about these things that I've been doing. If you check out my videos, you'll see a lot about the Inner Light Wellness Center. Currently dealing with trying to get power turned on at the facility, and I ran out of water in the well, so we're having a little drama with water supply. But I'm skating. If you look at my videos, you also see that I had a really crazy scare. I was taking turmeric as a supplement. They started giving me these really bizarre. Thank you for sending me likes. Thank you, thank you. You can tap that screen, you know, as many times as you want. You'll see the little hearts there. Gotta like that. Oh wow, it counts my likes. That's terrible. If I tap the screen, it counts them. But you guys can just tap the screen and it jacks up my likes, and that means the algorithm will send my feeds out to more people. The more likes I get, and they're free, you don't have to pay for them. You just tap the screen like that, tap, 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 tap. Oops, I'm gonna stop doing that because it's counting my likes. I suppose I should be legit and let it up. For the first time, it says I lost my connection. So I hope that you guys are still there. All right, thanks Tina. It says you sent me likes. The Transcendent Beard sends me likes. That's hilarious. I sent likes to myself. I've just been rambling on about me. I'm hoping that people get some time. I'm gonna post this on my Facebook, not my Facebook, my YouTube channel, the Transcendent Beard at the YouTube, so people can go back and re-review these lives. I have to get a better internet connection. Oh, more likes. Thank you, thank you. Wow, I'm up to 98. You guys are slamming me. Woohoo! Almost 199. One more like to get 100. One more. Oh, we broke the 100. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So, let's see. The water, the well. Yeah. Oh, the heart thing. So, geez, I have a mild heart palpitation, which they told me after all my stress tests and everything that it's no real danger. Well, apparently turmeric in some people can cause heart rhythm issues. Well, I'd never thought of it. I'd been taking this stuff for a little over 2 weeks, and then this was having these intense heart arrhythmia. Oh my God. And, well, I thought I was going to die. Really, I did. I just thought, because so many people in my family at my age, you know, I'm 58. So right now, they all start just dropping on their faces. And, well, made me think a lot. And it's helped me solidify my goal going forward. I know positively now that I'm here to love and serve others. I'm not here to just slave my life away so that I can pay bills and be the macho provider and protector, the warrior, the guardian. You know, I'm a human being, and work can take all different forms. You know, I'm getting older where I'm not going to be able to physically continue doing all the stuff that I always did. So I'm changing what I'm going to do to provide a living for myself. I'm helping myself to grow in my understanding of what I identify as work. Instead of being the guy who, if you're not sweaty, dirty, and sore at the end of the day, you didn't work. You know? And I've been told the lie that so many men are told, that to be a real man, you swallow it and you just buck up and you do the right thing and you keep doing it and you get up tomorrow and you do it again. Even if you fucking hate it and you hate yourself and you hate your life, you have the responsibility. No, wrong. We have the responsibility together. Oh, this one's a dangerous one. You see her? Oh my God. She tried to kill him. That was the same girl that almost knocked me over. She didn't really do it. I'm just making fun. She barely touched him and he went on his butt. I think he's having fun playing with those girls. So, it's fairy diddle. Oh, fair. I don't know how to call you, but you came in kind of at the tail end. I shared a whole bunch of stuff. Went off on some kind of weird. Oh, I just felt a little twinge in my left foot. That means a little crampy. Time to stop. Oh, so after having committed myself, there's an object there. Does it belong to one of you guys? Piece of your jewelry or something broke? Piece of metal. Hi. That having, let myself believe that, that's all I was worth. And then when all of a sudden you can't do all the things that you used to do, right? All right. I'm not getting all heavy, hardcore on this male, feminine, man thing. I'm just saying only women, children, and puppy dogs are loved unconditionally. As soon as the man stops producing, as soon as I stop bringing home the bacon, I ain't worth a shit. And the world wants me slaving until I die. Who's this other dude? You're back again? What are you? Sandra O'Thole? Why don't you send me a little message here and say hi? Show me you're a human. You joined and you hit a little wavy hand there. But hey, Sandra, what's up? Is this one of your a different account so that you can go around and drop in on people and make wise comments, or are you just observing? I always find it funny when a person with no likes is just sitting there in the background watching my live. What's up with that? Maybe it's good for my live. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. I'll send you a message. I'm going to sign off, but please come and check it out, my page, and like some stuff. And if you follow me, I'll follow you back. It's been fun. I love you, Tina. I'll see you soon. I got to take the skates off. Sanam. Oop. Boop. And goodbye.